providing improving education, revamping and fixing our CPS, creating jobs, and growing our economy. It's time to move Arizona forward and make sure that something like SB 1062 never happens again. It's time to show the nation and the world what Arizona is really about. Thank you. We'll hand it over to Assistant Leader Ruben Gallego, and you'll hear from a few other members. But again, we thank you for being here this evening.
For the record, my name is Ruben Gallego. I'm Assistant Minority Leader of the House Democrats. I think today we've had a victory. The victory is for Arizona. We should be proud of that. However, I think we must remind each other it is only the beginning, and soon to be the beginning of March. There's still 2 months left in this legislature. We have to be ever vigilant, but not only that our LGBT community is not being picked on, preyed upon, but any other community here in Arizona, any other minority community, and any other issues that are important to Arizonans are going to be concentrated on now. We spent far too long on this bill. We spent too much energy trying to kill this bill. And now we need to spend some time bringing jobs and good education back to Arizona, where the focus should have been from the beginning. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you for the nation for supporting us. We won it this time, but we need to keep fighting to make sure bills like this never come back. Thank you again.
Quickly, State Senator, for the record, State Senator Steve Bayardo, out of District 29, the Senate Minority Whip. Folks, let's make ourselves very clear here. We thank the governor for her veto, but we are not going to forget this vote come this November when the voters go to the polls. We are not going to forget that members of this legislature passed down a bill that would discriminate against the LGBT community. We will not forget that type of vote. We are going to take this to the voters and make sure that they are reminded when election time comes across. Folks, keep in mind, the governor's veto does not advance rights for the LGBT community. We only stop the bad bill from going into effect. We need to have a real discussion here in the state legislature in regards to equality. Let's start talking about the Let's have a discussion on same-sex marriage and marriage equality. That's the priority that this legislature should move forward with. Folks, we thank the governor for her veto. It was the right thing to do. She should have vetoed, and she did, I believe, not because it was bad for business, because it's bad public policy for the people of Arizona, particularly the LGBT community. Keep in mind, folks, we have a long ways to go when it comes to equality in the state of Arizona. We need to have this discussion about employment discrimination, marriage equality. That's the discussion that has to happen in the state Senate and the House of Representatives. But folks, we are not going to forget that this bill that should have never been passed by the legislature, should have never been sent to the governor, was sent to the governor. We're going to hold those folks that voted for this accountable, and we're going to make sure that this type of bill never sees the light of day ever again in the state of Arizona. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for the governor.
I'm the chair of the co-chair of the Arizona Latino Caucus, and I represent this community in West Valley. People, let's be clear, we're thankful for this veto. We stopped the bad bill from going into effect, but it should have never gotten this far. This bill, when it was first introduced, should have been put into someone's drawer and forgotten about because it was such bad policy. The fact that it advanced this far, all the way to the governor's desk, and the fact that it took so long to determine that this would cause to people of this great state should have never happened. Let's not forget that when it comes to November when we vote. Folks, this is not the end. There are other bills that also target specific communities, that target the LGBT community. Those are still going through the Senate and going through the House. We need to make sure that none of those go as far as this one did. And again, thank you that we're glad that this is vetoed, but we have to make sure that this never happens again. Thank you.
Will be available for individual interviews as well. We thank you guys for being here. We look forward to moving Arizona forward. Like we said, we have much work yet to be done when it comes to providing equality for all Arizonans. And please know, as your Senate Democrats and House Democrats, we stand united in moving Arizona forward. This time we'll take a few questions, and then after that we'll wrap it up with we can interview individual members.